welcome to our podcast, Stepping into Shakespeare, a podcast journey with the Bard. In this podcast, we are talking about how we approach the play Hamlet as actors, what we learn along the way, and we share our experience. I am Therese Doria, a Swiss actress based in the UK.
And I'm Sarah Lynn Dawson, a British actress based in LA. The purpose of this podcast is to document our rehearsal process with reading Hamlet.
Today we are welcoming William Jackson to our podcast. He played the ghost, Cornelius, Voltemand, Osric, and Francesco.
William is an American actor who's appeared in numerous TV and theatre productions. TV credits include Seinfeld, Cheers, Grey's Anatomy and Cold Case, and The Love Boat. Theatre credits include Visiting Mr. Green.
Welcome, Bill, to our podcast.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Okay.
So my first question is, how did you first get into Shakespeare?
Well, I was with a theater company in Los Angeles for several years, and we did a couple of Shakespeare's. I was in, what was I in? Oh dear, I've forgotten the name of it. It's about two brothers who traveled to...
Was it?
It's a comedy of errors is what I was.
Ah, yes.
Okay, yeah. See what being away from the theater company for a while does? It makes me forget. And one of my favorite things was we did a version of Macbeth, and I was Duncan. And so I only appeared in the first two acts, and then I got to sit in the dressing room for the rest of the performance, and that was when I was introduced to Bullet Whiskey, which we had a little bit of in the dressing room, and I got introduced to Bullet Whiskey and to Duncan, and I really enjoyed doing the play. It was a cowboy version.
Oh, wow.
And it unfortunately was not well attended, but all the actors enjoyed the roles, and I particularly enjoyed mine. And so I had a good time doing it.
That sounds so fun.
Oh, great. When was that?
That was about 10 years ago.
Ah.
Time goes so quickly, especially when you're having fun. And it was
Exactly.
fun as a member of the Open Fist Theater Company's acting troupe.
In our reading, you were reading The Ghost.
Yes.
Yes. And Hamlet truly believes that the ghost is his father, and all his beliefs about revenge are based on this interaction with the ghost. So the ghost has a very important...
And some people can see the ghost and some people can't. And,
Exactly.
And it was a part that I really enjoyed doing, and I thank you guys for casting me as the ghost.
Oh, you were great. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. It's definitely a fun role.
What else do you want to know?
What are some of your favorite Shakespeare plays?
Well, let's see. It was Comedy of Errors. It was Macbeth. It was Hamlet, of course, and those are the ones that I think of, and I've probably done. I'm sure I've done some more, and I've read most of his sonnets, and I enjoy doing Shakespeare when I get a chance. And we had a group that met at my house that read a lot of Shakespeare plays, and I was happy to be a part of that group.
Yes, and didn't you tell me that somebody had given you a gift of one of the Shakespeare plays?
Yes, I have It was a great big volume. It was probably about a foot wide and 18 inches high, and 7 or 8 inches thick, and it had all of Shakespeare's plays plus the sonnets, and it was in type that I could read fairly easily.
That's really good. And
yeah. And we read a lot of Shakespeare when we were doing the readings at my house, and that was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. I remember we read The Tempest. That was one of my favorites.
The Tempest is one of my favorite plays. So
it's such a good play. It's really,
yes, it is. It really is. Yeah.
I was wondering, when you were reading The Ghost as a supernatural character, how did you experience reading this?
Well, I kind of used my natural voice, and because I thought of the ghost pretty much as a person, and I didn't want to make it sound phony, so I just pretty much read it like a regular part, and tried to put a little bit of ethereal effect into it. And I hope I didn't ham it up too much.
No, it was fine.
Yeah, it was a part that I was awfully glad you guys gave me, because I really enjoyed doing it, and I was proud of the fact that I got to do it.
I think Frank had you in mind for that part. So he cast the play.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And what did you think of the other characters?
Well, whatever you wanted to give me, I was happy to take. So
that's nice.
So I enjoyed doing the other parts too. So.
Do you have like a line or a passage from Shakespeare that you like very much?
I have a line from Shakespeare that I was surprised was in there, and it's a very small thing, but in Hamlet, there is a line that goes, "A king of shreds and patches." A thing of threads and patches is from the Mikado, and I did not realize that Gilbert and Sullivan took that particular quote from Shakespeare.
Wow.
Yes. So,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, it was a pleasant surprise to me to find those words in Shakespeare that I also found in the Mikado, which is my favorite Gilbert and Sullivan.
Wow, that's incredible. Such a parallel.
Yeah.
And also, is there anything else you'd like to tell us about Shakespeare?
No, I don't think of anything that probably isn't already known by an awful lot of people. What I've done of Shakespeare, I have really enjoyed. This whole exercise of the Zoom readings has been a really good experience for me.
I have another question, actually. Do you think the ghost is only something Hamlet made up in his mind? Or do you think it really appeared?
Interesting question. Somehow I think the ghost is, there's more to the ghost than simply in Hamlet's mind. And I'm not sure what more it is, but there is more to it. I think it is more, I think it is not just a figment of Hamlet's imagination.
Yeah.
Where that comes from, I don't know, because I have not studied the issue that much, and I don't have a ready answer, but I think
No, I agree, because Ratio sees the ghost as well. So that makes it a bit more that it has a real character, the ghost. It's not only fictional. Yeah.
Yeah. And the guards see the ghost too.
Yeah. What other roles do you like in Shakespeare, like apart from the ghost?
I really like Prospero.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoy doing the king in the comedy of errors. I don't really consider myself a Shakespearean actor, but I have enjoyed doing the roles that I've done. I think Prospero is one of my favorites, although I have never really acted the role on stage, but I do have an affinity for it. And I like doing Shylock in Merchant of Venice.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a great role as well. Okay. You mentioned working on Seinfeld. Could you just talk a little bit about that?
Well, I played the part of an attending physician when Mr. Pitt, who was Elaine's boss, had a heart attack, and it was brought about by something that Jerry did in the drugstore. And I was a little disappointed that I never got to meet Jerry, but Ian Abercrombie, who played Mr. Pitt, was a delightful person, and I had some wonderful conversations with him on the set. So I felt blessed to have known Ian Abercrombie, also known as Mr. Pitt.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Like most of my experiences on TV, it was a good experience.
That's awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining us on our podcast.
Thank you.
Well, you are very welcome, and thank you for the privilege of exposing whatever to our listeners.
Yes.
Yes, and thank you, listeners, for your attention.
Thanks so much, Phil.
Thank you to all the listeners for going on this journey with us.
Yes, thank you. And we would also like to thank all the actors for their time, exceptional talent, and insights into this process. In the next 5 episodes, you can hear our edited version of the 5 Shakespeare acts from our live Zoom recordings. With 6 actors for many parts, it became a team environment. So at certain points, you might notice different actors reading the same roles or covering a role at the last minute to serve the play better.
We would also like to thank the music. Music was done by Dronningen's Contillon, the artist Hulderlock, composed by Harald Hogarth, used with kind permission by the artist and West Park Music and Publishing.